Good morning.
Good morning. We're in Skagway today.
Yes. Yeah, good morning from Skagway, guys. It's a little chilly, not too bad. Probably mid-50s. So it's going to be a pretty comfortable day. But yeah, our first time here. We're just taking in the scenery, but we're going to walk around town a little bit first. We're parked at I think the farthest pier away, which sucks, but we got to go catch a bus into town, and then that's where the excursions meet and everything. But it's currently 7:45-ish, and our excursion's not till 9:45.
Yeah, so we have a little time to check out the town area. So.
All right, so let's go check it out, and we'll talk to you later.
This is clearly the train. It's about a half a mile walk to town from here. If you don't feel like walking it, right here, the shuttle to town pickup, that smart bus, they do the city transit. So they doors available in town. This is going to be the beginning of the train line here shortly. Just a half a mile north up the sidewalk.
Alright guys, just got off the shuttle from the ship, and now we're kind of like in, just basically like the hub, I guess. Basically the town's about half a mile away, so we'll probably walk that and enjoy that. But oh my god, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm glad the sun's coming out, it's not raining, it's gonna be a good day. So let's walk into town and see what's in there. Yeah, it's not too far. We're a mile from here, so let's go to city center. And that is part of our excursions today. So we got to be back here by 9 o'clock. And actually, walking along the walkway here, there's a tiny little trail system. Maybe we'll check that out later, but for now, going to the city center, crossing the railroad tracks. Ooh, that sun feels nice.
Yes, it does.
From yesterday.
I'm thinking about losing the hoodie already. So.
See? Ooh, you're stripping.
Yeah.
That's why they say when you come to Alaska, do layers.
Yeah.
Basically, kind of like where we live, you can have 4 seasons in one day, so we're used to it.
Feels like we're gone back in time or something here, doesn't it?
This is pretty.
It is.
Awesome.
This is amazing.
I just love the small town point.
Yeah.
Just awesome.
Yeah. Although
We
found something that. Here, look at this. Yeah, guys, you know us. We'll be there later for dinner.
Yeah. It's bright.
Yeah.
You know, the sun, that's bright, you know.
Yeah, they're calling for like 60% chance of rain today, and it's not. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, really. All right, guys, we're gonna keep wandering here.
It's actually cute. We're in one of the local stores here. And we actually got a couple like little dog treats here. So one's we'll call it a moose shoe. So I'm assuming it's part of a moose antler, maybe? I don't know. and some dog treats with his people on. So I'm gonna get some peace offering gifts for Kona.
Maybe not. I just seen the headlights, so.
Okay, funny thing, went for a potty break before our excursion and I saw this. These are made about 30 miles from where we live. So there are locks that are made in our area in Skagway.
Still hear me in the back, okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Just checking. Okay. The plan for today is we are going to be doing all of the fun activities at Alaska 360 site first. We're going to go into our Iditarod sled dog show where you guys will get to see a mushers demonstration. They are incredible, the people who are running that in there. We have an amazing collaboration with them. And then I will be sharing more with you all about the Klondike Gold Rush history of Skagway, Alaska's area of 1898, followed by a bit of a tour of our gold dredge that we have on site that used to be operational in the 1900s, followed by our gold show where each and every one of you are going to be learning how to pan for gold today. We're all getting our hands dirty today. And then we will be ending that by getting back on a bus that will take us to our train ride, which we'll have our own private train ride today, narrated by yours truly. I will be with you guys all day today on that as well. And then we'll be coming back into town on the train, and that is where we will bid each other adieu. But it's going to be an amazing day today, everybody. We have the sun coming out over here. We're about to be getting out of the shade of the cliff, and it's going to warm up quite a bit as well.
Alright guys, we're at our first stop. We're at Alaska 360 and we're going to see some puppies. Puppies.
On your left, you will see the painting I made of the worst blizzard of 1897 to 98. It was a whiteout. There it is.
Alright guys, we're at our first stop and we're at Alaska 360.
Welcome everybody. Looks like we have our whole group here. So welcome to Gold Rush Dog Tours. My name is Therese and my husband Peter and I managed a sled dog kennel for a little over 25 years. He's competed in 6 Iditarods, so that was the focus of our kennel. And we have Aaron here who's going to be taking the team out, running it around the track for you guys so you can see how enthusiastic these dogs are about doing what they love doing best. And Riley here is also going to help us, of course, introduce all the dogs and vet puppies as well. But we do just want to share a little bit about the Alaska state sport of dog mushing with you all, and in particular the Iditarod. Have any of you guys heard of the Iditarod before?
Yes.
Quite a few people have, right? It probably is the most famous sled dog race in the world. And you can see on the map there, it starts in the south central part of the state and works its way up to that northwest corner, ending in Nome, Alaska. And that trail is going to be approximately 1,100 miles long. That'd be comparable to going from New York City all the way down to Miami. But of course, we don't have the paved trail to follow. But the race was started back in 1973. It was started by a man named Joe Reddington Sr. And he actually was just trying to think of ways that he could keep interest in the dog mushing sport here in Alaska from generation to generation. He just didn't ever want to see dog teams going by the wayside. So he decided to create this race. And he wanted to include as many villages as he possibly could to bring it to as many people as he possibly could.
That's why we always start down here in Anchorage. We'll go all the way past the Cotton. Once we get to Ophir, we'll go north one year, south the next year, and that's just to keep all these villages involved, because these villages here are really a big reason why we have the sled dogs that we have today. I mean, they've had sled dogs for thousands of years, and their livelihoods pretty much depended on it. They needed them to go hunting with them, fishing with them, trapping with them. Go village to trade and barter back and forth back in the day. So they needed to have a super athletic dog. And back then, they just bred whatever they had around that was fast, strong, tough, could live in those conditions, could do it day after day after day. And they took the best of those and just kept breeding them. And after thousands of years, they came up with this super dog. And it's just a mutt. It's a super athletic mutt is what it is. And then in the last like 70 years or so, since we've been focused on racing, we've crossed in other lines too that they hadn't before, and we made them even faster. But 90% of their bloodlines still have to be that old village dog, because they're the only ones that are tough enough to do it day after day after day. I mean, they think a wolf is one of the most land efficient animals in the world. They can go about 50 miles a day free running. These dogs, you got 14 of them together, they can carry a 200-pound person, 200 pounds of gear, in a 50-pound sled, and then go 150 miles in a day. So there's no comparison. I mean, you're going to see them, and they're just these little tiny mutts, but they are one of the best athletes in the world. And that's why we go back to the northern villages. I mean, it's just our way to show appreciation for what they did. They treat it as a holiday. All the kids come out, all the parents come out, and they all get to see what their ancestors have developed.
So it's going to be a little heavier. It's actually going to be a little stiffer to drive down the trail like that. But have any of you guys seen that Ethan Hawke movie? It's a little bit older now, called White Fang. This sled was actually in the movie White Fang. Yeah, that movie was filmed in a little town called Haines, Alaska, which is just down the inlet from us here. So we were able to get it just to share with you all, so you could see what a sled looked like back in the Gold Rush days. But they're actually pretty lightweight. This boot probably only weighs about 3 pounds, and it's got a nice big insole here, so your foot is up off the ground about 3 inches, and then it's going to have this foam insulation, again providing warmth without a lot of weight. And I'm not sure how they go about rating boots, but I think these boots are rated to -100, but I don't think your feet are going to be warm at -100.
Come on, Pearl.
And we have Pearl joining us. Pearl is one of our Iditarod sled dogs. All the dogs that you're going to meet over here, except for 2, have completed the Iditarod, most of them multiple times. She just completed her most recent Iditarod this past March, just a couple of months ago. And she'll be training for it again this coming March.
On his terms.
And these dogs have
They got quite a bit of Siberian Husky there. He's about 2.5 now, so he's a great dog. He's such a good boy.
Reviewing, so now I can answer the age-old question of who let the dogs out? And the answer, of course, is Aaron and Peter and Riley. They're letting dogs out. No.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, buddy. You want to come up here? Good boy. Good boy.
What do you think? Huh?
And you can see we do have a mixture of males and females. They all make equally good sled dogs. Some mushers may have a preference for one or the other. The males tend to be a little bigger, the females a little smaller.
You're back. Right?
There you are, Miney.
Right?
Oh, you want the butt rub? I guess this is what I get.
Sometimes you buy.
You've been back here like 5 times. You've come back. You guys.
I know. Beautiful.
You're doing a good boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good boy. Now you want a microphone? You got something to say? Good boy. Good boy.
That's cool.
And they're in their prime racing age from about 3 years old to about 9 years old. It's not really unusual to have a 10-year-old in your team if they can hang it all, because that's going to be your best dog there. They've been there, done that, seen everything. And at about 10, 11, 12, maybe even 13, depending on the dog, that's when they're going to go and train the puppy team. Come here.
What are you doing?
I like how they look out there, little holes there.
They know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know you're up front.
How you doing, silly girl?
Here, Val. Good girl. Yes, ma'am.
They know what's going on.
She's itching her own butt.
My back itches. Yeah.
And if you guys all want to come out and line these fences out here, you'll be able to see the team going. Poor Jam is awful lonely. We did not use the word much. That's only in the movies. If we want them to go faster, we are.
There's some
to go.
banana.
We just I'm going to spell it so they don't hear me. But I say A-L-R-I-G-H-T. We say, all right, and off they go. Good boy. Demonstrating the Alaska flat tire. Curl back down in front of the sled. That is again what we call the wheel position. Those are the dogs that are going to be steering the sled for us. And so they're both athletic and strong. Both of them have finished multiple Iditarods. Then we have Peyton up here, who is about 10 years old. She's retired from racing, but she still trains all the youngsters. And then Chili here, he's 3. He did his first Iditarod this past March. And responsibility factor getting you to where he needs to go. They do have sharp puppy teeth and nails, so be careful with them around by your face. We just don't want them to be nibbling on your ears or your nose, going for those earrings.
All these guys, these litter, we all name our litters by themes. That way we know their siblings and their parents and buddies and all years just without thinking about it. This is our NFL team, and I'm originally from New England, so I probably got the best lead dog ever here. This is little Brady, Tom Brady.
And I'm a Chicago Bear fan. This is little Walter Payton. His nickname was Sweetness, so we just call the puppies Sweetness.
And we got another little Chicago Bear here. This little guy is little Mike Ditka. And last, but certainly not least, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I got to name one of them as well. No, we got the one little girl in the litter. We got little Emmett Smith.
Oh, I know. I know.
So, do we have Kona's new brother?
Sneak him in the bag. Open the bag. You can hand him back on the ship. Right? You want to go home and be Kona's brother? You want to go home and be Kona's little brother? Huh? You want to go see Kona? Huh?
Oh, you are adorable. You are adorable. What do you see? Aw. Do we have to give him back?
Thank you, Teacher Reese, Riley, and Aaron. We appreciate you guys so much. Now, who's ready to go learn more about the gold rush and check out a gold dredge? Follow me out this way, guys. Thank you all again so much. All right, Chief Chaco.
Did you learn? Did you guys learn anything? Oh, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, so you guys, if you do know a little bit about gold mining or have seen the Gold Rush TV show, you might be familiar with the two different main types of panning for gold. The first one I want to point out is one you probably think of first. It's called lode mining, L-O-D-E, that utilizes pickaxes, heavy tools, shovels, dynamite, in which you reach deep into the earth to pull out gold. What we're going to be doing today, and what the sluice box does as well, so the gold panning, the sluice box, and the dredge do, is what is called placer mining. Placer mining takes place on the surface of the earth as a result of millions of years of erosion. When you think of erosion, typically that utilizes the power of water to make it happen. So think about a cliff face. It rains, and then the lighter soil is eroded away with the rain, leaving behind heavier gold. Or you think of a river, we'll see the Skagway River a lot today. The water coming down erodes away the riverbank, leaving behind the heavier gold. And in fact, this next statistic I'm going to share with all of you is the basic underlying principle of all placer mining, and will help you guys out when you're panning for gold a little bit later yourselves. Gold is 19 times heavier than water, and 6 to 9 times heavier than any dirt, gravel, rocks that you may find in your gold pans later, or in this sluice box. So, if I'm shaking a gold pan and I put some water in it, where's that gold going to end up? On the bottom. And whatever you do, no matter how you're shaking, whichever angle you tip that pan in, that gold, as long as you're shaking it, will end up on the bottom. That's the basic underlying principle of everything and every type of mining that we're going to be seeing happen today, and what we'll be talking about with the dredge as well. Panning for gold may not be very efficient once we get into it. Sluice boxes will be probably right above that. But the most efficient tool in a miner's toolbox would have needed to have been a really big toolbox, because it's this gold dredge back behind us here. This gold dredge could do the work of 1,000 miners in a day. And as it scooped up its massive amounts of pay dirt with this bucket line, it created ponds of water that it then floated on itself, so a pontoon boat. There are 70 buckets on this line. One bucket weighs a mere 800 pounds. That means that bucket line is a 56,000 pound bucket line. Woo! Really, really big rush to do this. Does that sound like a job you'd want, Dredge and Dave?
No.
Nope, no one's allowed to nominate Dredge and Dave or Goldie on for this job. We do not want it. If you guys would follow me this way, we're going to continue on. Who's got that gold fever? After 125 years, I do too. Loose boxes, those ripples, that's exactly right. Now, the very first sluice box was the most important. It was called the money pit because it was caged and it was locked. The single hour that Dredge was turned off. On our left, we have the gorgeous Skagway River, which we will be following on the train all day. It is a class level 6 river, however, so please do not get too terribly close. That is a lot of paperwork for Goldie. I want to make sure you guys get back to your ship safely today.
Well, I guess we're gonna do some panning for gold. Whee, woo. Anything good yet?
If you guys realize that
Anything
all
good
of
yet?
a sudden you are looking into your dirt soup and you realize...
You're doing well. Got some rocky stuff in there. Bit off to a rocky start, maybe.
Alright, we got our gold and we'll go up to the assayer's office to see if we even come close to anything. So, do you think we found any gold at all? And if so, how much do you think we found? Put your guesses in the comments below. But I guess you'll just have to find out in our next vlog. Stay tuned for part 2 of our day in Skagway. And we're also going to take a nice scenic ride on the White Pass Railway. Just the sights alone are enough for a second vlog. And we also visit the Skagway Brewery, because we know us. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next vlog.